The Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid has a bold design, a spacious interior with 232 horsepower, and a 12.3-inch panoramic display to keep the adventure going and fit with the way you live. And with SiriusXM, every drive comes alive, bringing you closer to the music, sports, talk, and podcasts you love, right in your vehicle or on the SiriusXM app. Every SiriusXM-equipped Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid includes a 3-month trial subscription to SiriusXM. So the experience begins the moment you drive. Learn more at kia.com/sportage-hybrid. Kia, movement that inspires.
In Walmart's Huluville, everyone ready their cart. Amazing Black Friday deals are about to start. Online and in the app, such great deals to explore. Everything you love from tech, toys, and more. The days to save and the ones to remember. It's only the 25th to the 30th of November. Set your alarms. Don't miss out. These deals are epic, without a doubt. The Who's are all ready, but are you? Walmart Black Friday deals await. Who knew?
You can support this podcast at patreon.com/partnersincrimemedia.
I'm Rebecca Lavoie, and this is Crime Writers On. Crime Writers On is the original true crime review podcast that digs into true crime, pop culture, other podcasts. And on this episode, a quirky investigative journalist explores a death in a powerful political family. Along the way, he crosses paths with hate groups, antique stealers, a comely widow, and his own preteen daughter. Ethan Hawke stars in the quirky mystery series The Lowdown on FX. Joining me to get that done and more is true crime author, TV journalist, and host of These Are Their Stories podcast, my husband, and the love of my life. It's Mr. Kevin Flynn. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Rebecca.
Also with us is private investigator, certified pet detective, resident cat lady, author of the Piper Green series of cozy mysteries, the love of my podcast life, Laura Bricker. Hi, Laura.
Hello, and non-contra dancer. We'll talk about that later.
You don't want to get sick. And finally, recording for the final time in the United States of America, host of Season 2 of Rip Current, out now, as well as Strange Arrivals, soon to be a major motion picture, and More Like Ancient Phalians. It's my other podcast, love of my life, Toby Ball. Hi, Toby.
Hey, Rebecca.
So, Kevin, This is Thursday's program.
It is.
Toby's going to be absent, so what the hell are we doing on next Monday's show?
Yeah, on Monday, we're going to talk about the podcast Model Wars.
Ooh.
And our special guest for the week will be Ronald Young Jr.
Yay.
Oh, no.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I love him. He's so wonderful. He's on These Their Stories a lot. He's the best.
Yeah, Toby, you better be sharp when you come back.
Sharp as hell.
Yeah.
Didn't he just get a Podcasters We Love thing from Apple?
Oh,
He did.
Ronald's hot.
What you could just do is you can feed him an AI and have his words come out in my voice, and nobody will even notice. Except
That's true.
for the content. If you ignore the content, nobody will notice.
But his laugh is so much better, by the way. So, yeah.
It's robust.
We'll have to AI that shit, yeah.
Yeah, can't do that. Can't do it.
So, guys, I got something for my birthday that is a wonderful addition to this studio and the recording of this podcast. Do you want to see what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
It
a
is
swear jar.
That's right. And it's 4 letters for the F word. 4-letter F word, $5. Very bad words, $3. Bad words, $2. Naughty words, $1. A bit rude, 50 cents. I'm just going to go ahead and put this $20 bill.
Who gave you that?
My sister. I'm just going to go ahead and put this $20 bill in.
Is it actually a 20? Yeah.
I think I owe like 15 from Monday.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and preload it and post-load it from Monday so we are covered for this episode. But if you're naughty, you got to make sure to let me know so I can deposit it in the swear jar, okay?
What are you going to do with all the money at the end?
Well, you'll find out.
It's a big jar, too.
Big ass jar.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the thing we're going to be talking about in this podcast?
How about we do that?
All right. By the way, we're still using paper this episode. If our listeners hear it, it's because of a solar storm that took out the internet today and erased our Google Docs of potential. So anyway, let's go ahead and fire clip 1. Leading off.
I read stuff. I research stuff. I drive around and I find stuff. And then I write about stuff. Some people care, some people don't. I'm chronically unemployed, always broke, but let's just say that I am obsessed with the truth.
after writing his latest exposé about the family of a gubernatorial candidate, journalist, used bookseller, and self-styled truthstorian Lee Raybon learns that Donald Washberg's brother has shot himself. But notes from Dale Washberg, tucked into paperbacks, lead Lee to suspect things are not as they seem.
Dale Washberg did not commit suicide, all right? And that article has made me a target. Yeah.
Oh, you're living in some bad crime novel now, huh?
Listen, asshole, this investigation has got me into some serious shit.
With the help of his eccentric acquaintances, Lee searches for a connection between Washberg, a group of skinheads, a cabal of wealthy Oklahomans, and a series of suspicious real estate deals. He also tries to balance his relationships with a conniving widow, his ex-wife, and his preteen daughter who's looking for her father's attention.
All right, I'm going to parent you by trying to show you what a good man looks like. All right, I'm going to show you how to follow your dreams.
I just want you to be my dad.
Yeah, well, and I want to be somebody worth admiring.
Dad, I've always admired you.
Ethan Hawke stars in The Lowdown from FX and available on Hulu. The quirky journalist navigates Tulsa's political world and its underworld to learn whether Dale Washberg's death was a suicide or homicide, all while dodging hate groups, juggling his faltering business, and fumbling his personal relationships. Spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about significant plot points from The Lowdown. So if you want to remain spoiler-free, go to the estimated time code in our show notes for our thumbs up or thumbs down reviews. So Toby?
Yes.
As they stated in this show many times, there's nothing worse than a white man who cares. Thoughts?
History bears it out. Yeah, no, I mean, I really like this show. I thought it was a sort of fun take on noir. I think Ethan Hawke is very funny, and also like in the parts where he's supposed to be sincere, he's good in that too. I think the casting in general was really strong. Kyle MacLachlan. Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't remember how to spell his last name. Anyway.
This is what he wrote in his notes. He wrote, Kyle Mick, however you spell it.
Yeah, apparently actually Googling it was beyond me at the moment. Yeah. And you know, I'm sure we'll talk about the big cameo later, but yeah, I thought this was really fun. And then the actual sort of underlying plot I thought was timely, especially well coordinated with the most recent deep dive. And I thought it was great.
So, Laura, Ethan Hawke's character, Lee, is not exactly an easy character to watch. He looks like he smells real bad.
Yep.
He's very chaotic, and he's a freaking mess.
Yeah.
See, you didn't say fucking there, so I had to pay $5.
Dude, you just said fucking.
Thoughts?
I said, oh my God, that's $10. Sorry, Laura.
He's a fucking mess, and he stressed me the fuck out. For like the first couple episodes, I was like, oh my God, this guy's frantic. He's sleeping on this shitty mattress on the floor. He's driving around this van that looks like it's going to fall apart. He's totally disheveled. He's vaping every other 5 seconds.
You put my name in that shitty fucking newspaper article.
What, the Heartland Press?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
It's a long-form magazine, all right?
What?
It's a long-form magazine. It's not a newspaper.
I don't give a fuck if it's the bathroom walls. You put my name in an article and you call me a Nazi, a skinhead?
Yeah, we ain't bald no more.
Well, that's great disguise.
I felt stressed out watching him in the same way that I felt stressed out about Winona Ryder in season 1 of Stranger Things when I was like, she's driving me crazy. But that means she's playing this part really well because I'm having this reaction to her character.
Well, they were both in Reality Bites, so maybe that's
their
it.
Gen
Anxiety.
X,
yeah.
Gen X, motherfuckers.
Jesus, Rebecca!
But I'll just say I could have done without seeing Ethan Hawke's character in his tighty whities. I think that has scarred me for life.
Well, that's the worst of it?
He's just a person.
I don't know. I didn't need to see it. I didn't need to see it.
I could have dealt not with watching him getting paddlefish roe smeared all over his face.
Oh.
And then knowing for the rest of that day, until he took a shower, you know he fucking smelled like fish eggs for the whole rest of the day. So, Kevin, you actually compared this while we were watching it to a couple of other really well-known media projects.
Yeah, I mean, it has a bit of a feel of Fargo or The Big Lebowski, you know, that Coen Brothers, like, off-kilter thing. I like shows that are stylized, but not for the sake of being stylized. It works here because it's not over the top and it fits, and it's executed well. It's just sort of the right amount of spice, you know? And like Ethan Hawke, I think he's very good in this. He's not over the top. His character is just incompetent enough to keep the action fun. He's, you know, doing things, but he's like going to fail. He's going to mess this up, but he's earnest. And so that, he ends up being a hero that you can root for, even though you don't have a lot of faith in him, I don't know, being completely sober for, or I don't know what he's vaping, if he's just vaping tobacco or whatever, but he's not intellectually or physically superior. He's not enforcing his will on other folks there. He loses fights. He's got no good luck.
So many fights.
Yeah, he gets beat up pretty bad. And so that's kind of like why we like him. And, despite himself, he advances. He persists.
I want to talk a little bit more about the performances in this. I think there's a real stand-up performance from a very young actor who's only 15 as we tape this, which means she had to have been 13 or 14 when they were making this. Her name's Ryan Kira Armstrong, and she plays Lee's daughter, Frances. Usually throwing kids into stories like this doesn't work for me, but she's awesome. What did you think, Laura?
I thought she was awesome. I was like, yep, Frances. I was like you, Frances, at one point when I was a young child, getting dragged off to livestock auctions and places that children shouldn't be. But I think her performance was tremendous. It reminds, again, I'm going to bring up Stranger Things again, but it's like when we saw Millie Bobby Brown in season 1 of Stranger Things, and we're all like, whoa.
That boy is just obsessed with the Washbergs.
Yeah, but he is right, though. There is something weird going on. I was trying to help him figure it out, but... Hey, maybe you could talk to him. Tell him I'm good at this stuff. Tell him I can help him. He listens to you.
What the hell he does.
Yes.
Her facial expressions, the nuance, and the way that she's able to look at people and react to situations. There was depth to it in a way. And I think it was also that subplot that we have with her and Lee. He's a non-traditional father, and he, is putting it out there that he doesn't think he's like a great role model, and she still wants to spend time with him, and she wants to go out, and she's very bright, and she gets invested in trying to help him with this mystery. And we see that dynamic play out between her and Lee and her mother, who's now marrying the dentist. And she just came from nowhere, this young actress, and I think she was just fantastic in this.
Yeah, she was a standout in Skeleton Crew, which is the Star Wars series that was sort of based on the Goonies, which is why Toby has no idea what that is.
Okay.
Because it's based on the Goonies. But she has these facial expressions where she can seem like angry and hurt and challenging and vulnerable all at once. So watch for those moments and just catch her gaze, her expression. It's great, as Rebecca likes to call it, face acting.
Yes.
Which is also called acting.
Yes. If they don't cast her as Katie Holmes' daughter in some future project, huge missed opportunity, because she's like doppelganger for young Katie Holmes. I want to give a shout out for another performance. The guy who plays Alan Murphy, ex-skinhead. He's still a skinhead, but he just has hair now. Named Scott Shepard. So good. So menacing. So scary.
Here's my card. Next time you want to talk, call me direct. Maybe I'll even take you for a ride out to one of our properties. Stunning. You could get lost out there.
There's nothing scarier than a villain in one of those rich guy coded fleece vests with a logo on it.
Oh, yeah. No, he was
in
awesome.
my opinion. So, Toby, what did you think about that? A huge storyline in here is about using Tulsa as a real place. It's obviously a real place with big historical issues, but there's a lot of thematic stuff here. It's not just have or have nots. It's all these coded people. It's people who are white supremacists in power. It's the guys with the fleece vests, the construction guys, the old money. How do you think that all works here?
I thought it was pretty good. Again, coming off a deep dive where we were talking about a lot of these sort of social issues in Oklahoma, I was sort of primed for it. But there is this sort of thing between the money in Oklahoma, which is largely oil money, which is also largely gotten because they either drove Indians off the land or basically stole reservation plots. I could go into it, but there was a point at which the government basically, instead of having the reservation be communally owned by the nation that it was for, had to subdivide it into plots that were owned by individuals. And then that made it so that white people could come in and buy those individual plots from the natives, often strong-arming them or cheating them in other ways. Anyway, I think all that stuff kind of comes through. And it's interesting, again, you started off with there's nothing worse than a well-meaning white man, and
yes, a white man who cares.
A white man who cares, and yeah, that's totally. I think you can see that Lee is very conscious of this history and feels as though he needs to do what he can to mediate it or undo it as much as possible, which makes it nice that he kind of runs into this main sort of plot of this whole thing. It allows him the opportunity to do just that, although he like fucks up a lot of stuff along the way. So again, like you're saying, these coded things with Alan with the fleece vest, you know, he's actually a pretty freaking scary dude. And,
terrifying.
But he's also one of those terrifying guys who basically when you first look at him, you're like, oh, this guy is like obviously like the manager of some construction firm. And, you know, then you realize he'll kill you. And that kind of changes your attitude
he's a
towards
ginger,
him.
Yeah.
No, because he's a skinhead.
He's a former skinhead. He
went
actually
skinhead because you know what people say it was red hair.
he grew a very nice head of hair afterwards.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess that part of a skinhead can in fact be redeemed, and that probably is the only part.
Yeah.
But all the skinheads have hair.
Yeah, they do. Most of them do have hair. They all have hair in this. Like the minister guy has hair. That guy is Tom. Who's that actor?
Price?
Tom.
Yeah, that guy's always awesome.
I love that guy. He was in House of Cards. He's in so many things, and he usually plays like a down and out writer. He was in that show, The Better Sister.
Oh, yeah.
That we watched playing a down and out writer. That's usually what he does. Which is not what he's doing here. Now he's a creepy ass minister with flies circling around him all the time.
Does a great job with. The first scene that you see him when he's with Kyle MacLachlan is really well written and really well acted.
And Laura, you were scared of the church people, right?
I was super scared of the church people because that scene started it, Toby. You were talking about the one where he takes them out in the woods and they're all like standing around and he's like, do you like that view? And
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, this is so. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to fucking kill him. They are going to fucking kill him here and dump him down the bank.
I'd like to know why you brought me up here, though.
We got big plans for this place. We're building a homeland, a community. We've been very patient, but I promised my people this deal is going to get done soon. In the world I live in, when you make a promise, boy, you better keep it.
I thought that church was a really interesting part of this show just because it was a little dark at times for me. There was like one scene where I was like, I'm going to cover my ears and cover my face because this is really disturbing. But I think that kind of drives home what's at stake here. And so today when I was out and I started getting chased by some church people that were out there doing their little, we have to reach out to people in front of stores. I was like, get away from me. They're going to take me to the church in the woods. No. But anyway.
Laura was scarred.
Wow.
I was scarred by that church in the show.
She was scarred and scared. She was scared.
She was
scared. This whole thing builds up like this white nationalist plot line, and it starts off like you just don't know again if it's one of these side stories that he's going to be involved in, and these skinheads are kind of like bumbling enforcers, and even after they're murdered, we still don't kind of like take them seriously. They don't really seem to fit into the big picture just yet. But the menace starts to grow, right, with these other characters like Alan, and then Alan getting taken out and everything. You don't really know who's behind it. And by the time we get to Pastor Mark, he is the first character in this whole series that has no eccentricities. He is not weird in the way that everybody else is. And that makes him really threatening because while everyone else is kind of bumbling and they're kind of weird, this guy just has it together. And when a bad guy has it together, that is scary. And that's why he's different from all the other characters. And I think why we go from two, skinheads with full heads of hair arguing with each other to an actual place where it's going to be like a whites-only community, which they are trying to do in real life. We've seen this.
Yes. Weren't you scared when that detective went in there, the private detective? I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he's taking the picture on the wall. I'm like, I can't watch.
Yeah. But for all that, I just want to say that it is a completely inclusive community at Patreon.
Oh, our Patreon. We're in our business section.
Crime Writers on Nation welcomes all. And as we have for many years, you can join us at our Facebook discussion group. Go to Facebook, find the link, join our group. It's a really rad group of people there, very supportive of one another. A lot of them also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/partnersincrimemedia. It's a place where you can get all sorts of exclusive content from us. They include shows like the Crime Writers on After Show, Toby Ball's Deep Dive Book Club podcast, Married with Podcast, our advice podcast, Rebecca's new weekly look at the world and something's off. We have Laura Bricker's Leave It to Bricker podcast. And we also have, you can join us as a deep diver and become official sponsors of Toby Ball's Deep Dive Book Club podcast. We also have an Amazon storefront where you can see some of our favorite things. Rebecca, what are this week's Amazon recommendations?
Well, Kevin, you know how I'm always playing with my rings because they're too big?
Yeah.
Well, I just ordered these cute little things that are invisible that help them stay on your finger. So I won't be doing this all the time anymore. I'm very excited about them arriving tomorrow.
What, you got finger
Spacers.
washers?
They're finger washers. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah, finger nuts.
Finger nuts. Okay, Toby Ball, you have your Toby Ball's Deep Cut recommendations. What are some of this week's listener-inspired deep cut recommendations?
This sounds awesome. The felt furniture sliders for hardwood floors. And then in all caps, X Protector 16 PCS 3.5 inch. And then you go back to small letters. Furniture slider with unique design. Heavy duty furniture movers for hard surface.
Nice. Love that.
I'm glad it has a unique design.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I need some more of those. I had some of those in the chairs in my kitchen, and they wore through, and now my floor is getting scraped. So I definitely...
our floors are so scratched.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to get some more of those.
Yeah, well, it's got, as I mentioned, a unique design. So I didn't realize that there's a whole lot of options, but...
What are they shaped like?
I don't know.
Uniquely.
Maybe finger nuts. I don't know.
Maybe they they finger sandwiches. Why shouldn't they have finger nuts? Just saying.
I don't know. I prefer not to contemplate any further. But go straight to the Amazon grocery. Cinnamon graham crackers, 14.4 ounces. Previously, Happy Belly packaging may vary. I don't even know what those words mean when put together like that.
But
but
they did a little rebrand, and they want people to know what it
they used to be called Happy Belly. Oh, God.
They used to be called Haribo gummy bears. Definitely buy them.
Haribo gummy bears are awesome.
They sure are.
Remember to shop us first at amazon.com/shop/Crime Writers On. We earn commissions on qualified purchases.
Kevin Flynn.
Yes.
Do we have any hallowed Patreon patron saints of the week this week?
Our Patreon patron saints are Robin Palmer and Jennifer Rosenberger.
Isn't that Rebecca's sister?
Yes, it is.
Did we do Robin Palmer last week? Because I was going to start singing "Might As Well Face It, You're Addicted to Love."
I think you may be right. I think I didn't mark that.
That's all right. Robin wins twice in a row.
Yeah, hold on.
Along with my sister.
Your sister wins every day being your sister, Rebecca.
So congratulations, Robin.
Really?
And Jennifer.
It's not the first time it's happened, but it's the first time it's happened.
I made a note that I really wanted Robin to be the patron saint because she had a couple of Patreon issues, and I wanted to make it up to her.
And you really did.
And yes.
Why'd you make Jennifer the Patreon patron saint?
Because she also, your sister, is supporting us now on Patreon.
Nice.
At the Let's Do What We Do level.
Nice.
So,
wow. Giving out Patreon levels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we're able to make some money off your sister.
Oh,
so we
perfect.
appreciate it, yeah.
Monetizing the shit out of that relationship.
That's right.
Yeah. Now we got to get your other sister.
It's never going to happen. Actually, it could. Who knows? All right, Kevin, does thus end our business section?
Thus ends the business section.
Let's go ahead and fade that music out. So, Kevin, who's our next sponsor for this program?
Hey, we're brought to you by Aura Frames.
Ooh.
Rebecca, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
Taking...
Okay, I'll just tell you mine. So I loved growing up when we would be at my Uncle Ronnie's, and after Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, we would sit in the basement and had this long series of folding tables.
Yes.
It looked like the table from Stately Wayne Manor, right? And everybody would be around it, and we'd have a big holiday dinner, and then placed in front of different people's settings was these glasses that had the different thing from the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to go around the room, and whoever had what would sing it.
Right.
And I am so grateful that all these years later, we got a couple of photographs of that.
Yeah.
And so now I can do things like put them in my Aura frame.
Yep.
And I can see it year-round, and it's easy to share, and other folks can start throwing things in our Aura frames. You basically just get the app. You can upload photos straight from your phone all year long. You get unlimited free photos and videos. And, Rebecca, as they say, you can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it.
Yeah. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CRIMEWRITERS at checkout. That's auraframes.com. Promo code CRIMEWRITERS.
Crime Writers!
This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Moving on. So, Kevin,
Yes.
looking at your notes, I see you really want to sink your teeth into this, right?
Yeah, just like I want to sink my teeth into HelloFresh.
Oh!
By the way, this isn't the HelloFresh you remember. HelloFresh is now bigger, healthier, and tastier.
Ooh.
So last time I made my order from HelloFresh, I found out that it doubled its menu to 100 options each week. And they still have stuff that sometimes you really don't have a lot of time, so you want something fast, but I am digging their new premium picks.
Nice.
We both said, like, really sang the last order we had was the butter-basted steak.
So good.
And scallion gremolata.
So good.
One of the things that really made this stand out is in addition to basting the steak and then adding this spicy maple syrup glaze to it, they had me whip ricotta cheese.
Yeah?
And it showed me how to sort of spread it on the plate and then put the roasted vegetables in it. So not only did everything taste great, it looked great too.
Ooh. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/CWO10FM.
CWO10FM.
To get 10 free meals.
That's the FM free meals.
Plus free breakfast for life.
I like breakfast.
1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/CWO10FM.
CWO10FM.
To get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. Kevin?
Yes.
Who is the next sponsor for this show?
Oh, we're brought to you by our friends at Rula.
Rula?
Yeah, telehealth has made mental health care accessible for millions of people, but finding a suitable therapist, scheduling appointments, and expensive out-of-pocket costs can still feel like a huge barrier. Thankfully, Rula has you covered. Now, this is, a special time of the year for some folks, but other times it brings up sadness and other feelings of conflict,
dread,
and happiness too. Candy canes, but it's not always candy canes. And sometimes you really want to find someone that you can talk that out with. And while sometimes it might be your sister, she might be the problem at the dinner table. That wouldn't work. So let Rula help you out. Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists, enabling you to find the right therapist for your needs and preferences. And get this, the average copay is as little as $15 a session. So simply answer a few questions and get started as soon as the next day.
Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward improved mental health and overall well-being. Head over to Rula.com/CWO
CWO
to get started today. After you sign up and they ask where you heard about them, please tell them our show sent you. Go to RULA.com/CWO
CWO
and take the first step toward better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. So, Laura Bricker, there's a lot of characters in this, right? And I have very mixed feelings about shows that intentionally create a goofy group of characters. But some of the characters in this include hapless bodyguards who are both ex-cons. Actually, the next door neighbor, the tax attorney, is also, I believe he's a writer on the show.
Oh.
And and he plays a tax attorney who like that Lee always gives shit to. There are objects that are characters. The van is a character.
Mm-hmm.
Tulsa is a character. Fucking what's her face's Backsplash is like a character in the show. Makes so many important appearances. The hat. Laura, what did you think about this group of folks who make up this wily cast of characters?
I think it was a lot of fun. If we had had a wily cast of characters in our last thing that we reviewed, I might have been able to keep them straight. No, I'm just kidding. That was mean. But no, I thought it was great. We've got the private investigator who's always quoting books. You've got the antiques dealer who's got very dapper outfits and is very entertaining. We've got Betty Jo, the wife of the murder victim.
Jean Triplehorn, yeah.
She's super fun. And then, as Toby pointed out, we have a big cameo.
Yes.
That occurs.
Yes.
With one of my favorite characters from Game of Thrones. Toby, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, Toby, talk about that.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is in it, and he is hilarious.
He's great.
You don't know shit about animals. Were you in 4-H?
As a matter of fact, I was in 4-H. I had a pet pig, prize pig, fucking papers and everything.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, God. I think I got to shit again. Those olives.
Disgusting.
I liked when he finally realized that Lee wasn't bullshitting him about how serious things were when he's out there and he's and all of a sudden he's like, they're shooting at us. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. So, Toby, in addition to your wide variety of strange characters, there's also a lot of strange diversions in this show, which I think if there's a barrier for some people in this show, it might be that there are so many like side adventures.
Yeah.
But I also think that that's very much like a hero's journey type thing, right? Having all these like side adventures along the way. The most eccentric one of all being, of course, him being dragged to some backwood ass place where these guys are basically counterfeiting fancy caviar by gutting these huge paddlefish and scooping it out with their dirty ass bloody hands. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's a little gross. Yeah, you know, often those things just feel like it's time to get wacky. Like, here we go. And in this, it just kind of seemed like, I guess all these people feel genuinely eccentric rather than written so that you're like, wow, what a weirdo. The way that resolved itself was probably, like, for me, maybe one of the few, like, kind of misjudged things, because they end up being friends and he's like writing letter and stuff.
Moment.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah. Like, that seemed a little bit like I didn't quite follow that, but everything leading up to it I thought was great. But again, I think it's hard to write these quirky shows like this and not make them suck. You know, Kevin mentioned the Coen brothers. This reminded me a lot of Blood Simple, which was their first one. I saw it a bunch of times in college, which is another kind of quirky noir thing, but which they just, whatever it is that makes that stuff work, they figured it out. And I feel like this show figured it out because it's so often that stuff is just kind of annoying. And it's not really the case here. They're either scary as hell and you don't like them, or they're kind of endearing, even if they're not necessarily like always on the right path, I guess.
Like the worst bodyguards in the world.
The worst bodyguards in the world are hilarious.
Stop calling me pedo, okay? It is not a cool nickname.
All right, goddamn. What the fuck am I supposed to call you then?
I don't know, Lefty, Lucky, something cool.
Hey, no. That's not how nicknames work, dog. Start calling you Scarecrow.
Why, because I'm tall?
Oh, dude, you don't use your fucking brain.
As far as like the Coen brothers feel of it, I mean, what really kind of makes the series for me on that level is Tim Blake Nelson, who plays Dale. He has been a bunch of unconventional characters in their movies. He was in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and a couple of other ones.
My own story began when I was yanked from my mother's womb at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. The deck was stacked against me from the start. I was born with a cone head, a busted lip, a broken collarbone, and a black eye. The forceps were unkind to me, as was my mother's canal.
A lot of these people are actually from Tulsa, and he's from Tulsa, so probably a great place to film. But I really enjoyed like all of his direct-to-camera scenes. It really conveys like the right image of this idiosyncratic character here, and you know, a little bit of like the absurdity of it. Like instead of like just reading it out loud, he jumps into the screen. It worked for me.
Yeah. So, Laura, speaking of that Tulsa thing, I think the show creates an amazing sense of place, right? I mean, it's both described and shown as horrible and awesome at the same time in a way that I think super works. One of my favorite scenes in the show is when Donald's brother is brought by his security man.
Oh, I love that.
To the paper, to the Black-owned publication, and he makes him walk through this like long ass hallway full of all of these like real people, and you could tell like he's just not used to seeing real people or people of color a lot in his whole life.
And it mirrors the scene where they did that to Lee, brought him to the police.
Well, and also when they brought him to the like community center for the indigenous.
Wearing the string shirt or the ribbon shirt.
Yeah.
The place where they're blowing up stuff and everything
that cracker party.
Yeah, Lee gets brought to Donald there, and so now Donald's being brought to Lee.
That's a very good mirror. So what do you think about those locations and how they were used and how this whole setting was used?
I think this setting was one of the things that really made this. There was such a strong sense of place here with Tulsa. You have the history. Obviously, I was thinking about The Watchmen as I was watching this, and I was thinking about how that show really had the history of the Tulsa race situation. And here I liked that they brought in the indigenous culture and that they did bring in some characters like the manager of the bookstore. I thought she was a great character.
What'd you think of her tattoo?
Vagina tattoo?
Isn't that what they called it?
Yeah, it was a pussy tattoo.
Oh, no, Rebecca.
That's
another dollar in the sweater.
Put it in. But going back to what you were talking about with Dale.
Oh, God.
That was one of the scenes where he really came to life was the telling about Dale through the eyes of that indigenous street artist who was named Chacho or what? How do you
Bucket? You just call him Bucket. That's the name that he used. Yeah,
through Bucket, the street artist, and talking about how he had seen Dale outside of this gay club, and he was clearly just too nervous to go in, and then he draws him and forms this friendship with the grandfather, and then you get the history of the land through those characters, and then the Bible Belt, and you've got this church that is somewhat I hate to say stereotypical, but it's like, you're thinking of this in a different part of the country, this type of church being there. But I think it really comes through.
You mean a white supremacist church?
Kind of reminded me of those churches from that Snake podcast we listened to.
Yeah, but it's like you've got a cast that really kind of shows that this is kind of a melting pot. But at the same time, in the beginning, I was like, wait, what is the time period this is taking place? Because I'm like, I felt like we were in the 1970s. I'm like,
the
no, he's got a cell phone.
The first 10 minutes, I thought it was a period.
Yeah, I'm like, no, he's got a vape. No, this isn't the 1970s. But I think that the representation that we got of kind of a diverse population in Tulsa, I think that really made this relevant. And I would have liked to know a little bit more about the real life journalist that Lee's character was based on, because they said it was inspired by his story, but they didn't get too much into that.
Do you think that Toby, that the creator of this show, Sterling Harjo, deserves the credit for everything that we've been talking about? And like, can you talk a little bit more about other things he's made?
Yeah, I don't know if he deserves all the credit. He made Reservation Dogs, which I thought it was excellent, and it was also sort of idiosyncratic and obviously made on a budget, and I was kind of interested to see what he would do if suddenly it was like, okay, like money is less of an object. We're going to get you some big actors. What are you going to do with it? And he creates a bigger idiosyncratic project, basically. I mean, the reason why I would think that he had a huge, huge hand in it, and like, who knows? I'm sure there's a writer's room and all this stuff. But again, it does seem as though it's like one person's vision, like the way all this stuff, the look of it, the way the characters are, all these things. And I think it's excellent. Like, I would watch anything that he does, based on what I've seen of him so far.
It reminded me a lot, honestly, of Patriot, which was a show that ended in about 2017, 2018. Is on Prime. There's two shows, by the way. There's a show called Patriot and The Patriot. This is The Patriot. The main character is John Tavener, who's like an intelligence officer. It is such a freaking good show. And it was the kind of show where you never knew what was going to happen. Like, are they going to break into a musical number? Like, what is going on? It was disorienting and super good and very sad also. But Kevin, there was a production note that you had that I actually think was really smart. Not something I would have noticed. Yeah, I mean, you can tell this was one of the shows, like many shows, where what they do is they don't have an order for 8 episodes. They shoot one episode, a pilot episode, and they hope somebody picks it up and then go back and shoot the rest. And, sort of the big clue is that the name of this episode was Pilot, which often happens, because, you would think at least they'd go back and then, like, give it some weird name. But you could tell that some time had passed because a lot of people's hair was different. Yes. And they tried to, like, make up for it in the first moments of, like, episode 2, where we leave off and Lee's like, he's all bloody because of, what he had just been through. And so he, like, goes to a gas station bathroom and cuts his hair, which he probably didn't need to, but he's like, I got to get this blood out. And then we see Kyle MacLachlan, he's, like, getting his hair dyed, because I got to look younger. And a bunch of other people, like, had... it's like Francis's hair is longer, and the lawyer's mustache is now, like, out of control, and Ethan Hawke's hair is shorter, and so these are the things that happen. I mean, at least they're able to get everybody back, but it's just fun. I mean, we actually was having the discussion with somebody about it. He's like, you think about all these shows, like these, like what's the one, Paradise? Yes. Like, they shot, like, that whole first episode and then ended it there, hoping somebody would pick it up so they can continue building this universe. Yeah. And you're just like, well, there's a lot of great shows that never get made except for one episode. And I just wish that even if they hadn't named it Pilot or The Pilot, I think I still would have been able to, like, I think maybe a little time has passed. Yeah. Correction for me, it's Patriot is the good one, and The Patriot is the other one. Don't get The Patriot, just get Patriot.
The Patriot, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Patriot is super duper good. It's so good. No, there's also a show called it's like so confusing because I've recommended that show to so many people and they're like, "Is this one?" I'm like, "No."
Oh, you want to know what's confusing? Having a podcast called Scorched Earth.
Oh my god!
Because there were 5 of them, and then there are 50 books like this on Audible, and yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
we hear you, America. Sorry, we picked for more than one reason. Sorry, we picked Scorched Earth.
Call back.
Hey there, it's Katie Nolan, host of Casuals, the sports podcast where we don't care how much you know about sports, we're just happy that you're here. Every week, I hang out with some of my good friends to discuss the biggest stories across sports and entertainment, but in a way that's like fun and not boring. Want to know Sue Bird's favorite Diana Taurasi story? Or how heavy the Larry O'Brien trophy is? Or even what baseball team is right for you based on your moon sign? We got you. Listen to Casuals every Tuesday and Thursday on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts. Bye!
Kevin.
Yes.
Who's the next sponsor for Crime Writers?
Oh, we're brought to you by our friends at Quince.
Yes!
Yeah, as the air turns crisp and the holidays draw near, comfort becomes the best gift of all.
Yep.
Quince delivers layers that last, sweaters, outerwear, and everyday essentials that feel luxurious, look timeless, and make holiday dressing and gifting effortless. Quince makes for great gifts, but Rebecca likes to buy Quince for herself.
Sure do.
Tell us about, are you going to talk about that brown leather jacket that you got?
Yes.
Yeah, it goes with everything?
Yes, I got the little brown moto jacket. It is in cognac. I love this jacket so much. I thought about buying it for a long time. I resisted for some stupid reason. Kevin, I got that jacket a couple weeks ago. How many times have I worn it?
You've worn it like every day.
Almost
you find
every day.
Excuse, right, because you put it over a very fancy dress. You put it over jeans.
Yes.
It really does go with everything.
It goes with everything.
But you know what doesn't go with everything? At least you thought? Your original purchase. Oh. You got a different leather jacket.
That's right.
You didn't care for the color, and it was so easy to send back to Quince.
So easy. They make it so easy to do returns and exchanges. I love Quince so much. I buy like a good portion of my clothing there.
So step into the holiday season with layers made to feel good, look polished, and last from Quince. Perfect for gifting or keeping for yourself.
Just go to quince.com/crime for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too.
Bonjour, hi.
That's QUINCE.com/crime to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crime.
Hey neighbor, celebrate the holidays with Birch Lane. Our timeless furniture and decor are delivered for free in days, not weeks. It's classic style for joyful living. Shop Birch Lane, a Wayfair specialty brand at birchlane.com.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
All right, let's do what we do. Let's let our listeners know, should they check out The Lowdown? It's from FX, and you can watch it on Hulu. Laura Bricker, thumbs up or thumbs down for The Lowdown?
I'm a mild thumbs up on this. I thought this was quirky. It was different. It had a noir feel. Ethan Hawke's character, totally stressed me out, which is a sign that he's playing that character well. I liked the setting of Tulsa. I liked the plot. What I struggled with was at times it felt like we really kind of meandered with this plot and kind of got off track from what I consider sort of the main mystery at the heart of this. And for me, I found that frustrating as I went on. And I was like, is it because this character is always vaping and he's high? Or are we supposed to be feeling like he's just like, oh yeah, I had this great idea. And everyone else is like, it's not a great idea. Wait till the morning. So I thought this was definitely, I know a lot of my friends have loved this show. This doesn't follow the typical script of the shows that we're seeing churned out over and over again. You know, the standout in this was the young actress who plays Ethan Hawke's daughter. I think for me, the relationship that she had with him is what bumps this show up in terms of what I took away from it. She was tremendous. I really think she's going to be one of those where we see her somewhere next and remember that show we saw her in?
It's going to be in some HBO thing, right?
Yeah. A mild thumbs up for me, just because the pacing for me at times was a little bit too meandering.
Toby Ball, thumbs up or thumbs down for The Lowdown?
Yeah, I like this a lot. Again, it's sort of an idiosyncratic noir. It's sort of the right mix, I think, of serious and not so serious. You've got really good actors in the main roles. Laura just mentioned one, but Ethan Hawke is great. Kyle MacLachlan is great. There's a lot of people who you kind of recognize from other things whose names I didn't know, but you see them, you're like, oh, okay. You feel like we're in good hands here. These guys can do it. And then Sterling Harjo, who did Reservation Dogs and is a creator of this, he's got an interesting vision of things that I like a lot. I'm enthusiastic about whatever comes next from him. But yeah, so I'm a big thumbs up. I imagine this will be in my top 10 at the end of the year.
Kevin Flynn.
Yeah, I'm a thumbs up too. I really like this. It's a kooky story with kooky characters, yet it feels grounded in reality. Ethan Hawke does a great job as this character, kind of a Big Lebowski type, but memorable and not cartoonish, just quirky enough, gets himself into weird situations surrounded by a bunch of eccentric characters. If you like a Coen Brothers movie, then you're going to really like this. I thought that the mystery itself kind of took a while to develop. I think for the first 2 episodes, I'm kind of like, as I'm thinking about how we're going to talk about this in the script, I'm like, I don't kind of get what the story is yet. And so it took a little while for it to all form, but it's only because all the pieces were there. You just didn't really know how they're all fitting together. So as a mystery, it works. As a character study, it works. As a comedy, there was a couple of laugh out loud moments, some scary stuff, some sweet stuff. So I'm really hoping for season 2 of The Lowdown comes. I hope we get season 2.
I really love this show. I'm giving it a thumbs up as well. I think Ethan Hawke is great. I think he's great. I think he's a great actor. He's usually underutilized in things, except for the things he's not underutilized in, like Boyhood. So I think this is unlike anything else that's on right now. It's unlike anything I've seen in a really long time. I compared it to one of my favorite shows, Patriot, during the review, and that show is also very unlike this. It's unlike that, but it is like it. It fits a certain je ne sais quoi thing where it's different than anything else you've seen, but in a specific way. And one of those things that it does really well, which Toby mentioned, is the balance of dark and light. There are some very violent scenes in this, but at the same time, they're usually balanced with an equally funny, really deeply funny scene. There's a scene even with a gun that ends up being super funny with a gun accidentally being shot off that I absolutely love. So yeah, it's a big thumbs up for me. I think that one of the things I love about it is that the mystery is secondary, and that actually ends up wrapping into the story itself, that the mystery is secondary. And so I think not being able to follow it is actually a great device. So yeah, big thumbs up for me for The Lowdown. I recommend it very highly. All right, that's going to do it for us. But before we go, Laura Bricker, do we have a cat of the week this week?
This came from Rebecca, and I love this story. Irish police have calmed fears about a wild lion that was roaming the country's woodlands.
Yes.
It was actually a dog that had been cut to look like a lion cat. Mm-hmm. And footage was circulating across social media and WhatsApp showing an animal that looked like a lion going into a wooded area. People were going on and on, lots of public interest. However, they have identified it as a Newfoundland breed named Mouse. Little Mouse. And the reason I like this is when I was a young girl, much like little Frances in this show, I had a very furry yellow cat that I decided one day to take horse clippers and cut a haircut on. And he looked like a lion and he went into hiding. So I can appreciate why this the poor cat. So I can appreciate why this dog was going into hiding in the woods because it was traumatized by this haircut, because I too, embarrassed, did this to a cat who was like, what the fuck did this young girl do to me? So I
can't
hope
wear a baseball cap after that bad haircut.
I know that happened to Lance recently. That's a whole nother story. Poor guy. But Mouse, I hope Mouse gets some hair back and gets its dignity back now that it's home and they don't do this ridiculous haircut again.
All right, Laura Bricker, folks want to reach out to you and pitch any kind of animal like I did to be Cat of the Week. How can they find you online?
You can find me at Laura Bricker on Instagram and Blue Sky, and also go into our Facebook discussion group and drop things in there, because oftentimes that's where I go find ideas. And people do send me messages on Instagram. Somebody just sent me a dinosaur cat tree thing that they thought my cat should have, and I was like, you know what? I can get behind that. So I'm out there and I read my messages.
Toby Ball, how can folks find you online?
At TobyBallNH on Blue Sky, at TobyBall603 on Instagram.
What about you, Kevin?
I'm at Kevin P. Flynn.
You can follow me everywhere at Reb Lavoie. You can follow the show everywhere at Crime Writers On. But yes, we always encourage you to join our Facebook group because it's rad. Also, sign up for our newsletter. It's free and it is fucking awesome. Oh, swear jar.
Oh, God. Darn it.
That's on our website, crimewriterson.com. Get everything we make on Patreon. Kevin, there's like 1,000 episodes back there, right? It's so much content. Patreon.com/Partners in Crime Media. Our theme song was composed and performed by Tyler Gibbons, and our editor is the wonderful Livy Burdett. The EP of this show is Kevin. This show is recorded in the Caitlin Rogers Project Studio, also known as Studio C, the closet in our New Hampshire basement, where, you know, we make podcasts. On behalf of all the crime writers, thanks so much for listening. We will catch you later.
Bye, Toby Ball. Safe trip to Spain.
Hasta luego.
So what? How much is cunt?
I think cunt is up there with fuck. Maybe $5.
So so that's $15. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, damn it.
See?
Yeah, that's 50 cents.
Yeah, that's so $16.
Well, that's right. It's a buck.
How much is shit-healing motherfucker?
It's a compound.
That looks like it's 7.
Yeah, I think you got to take the 5 plus the 3.
Yeah, 8.
That's $8. Yeah.
What is that in euros? It's probably like...
It's probably
2 euros or something.
Yeah.
It's probably
Dollars not paying so well.
Parents, this episode contains a lot of swearing and may not be appropriate for all listeners.
We can fund our trip to go visit Toby Ball in Spain with this swear jar.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. Lee Raybon learns that Donald
Learns that Denzel
I saw Washington and D. I don't know.
Anybody remember Denzel Washington?
Anybody remember Denzel Washberg?
Subtle.
Yeah. Let's start that again, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
Partners in Crime Media.
Hey, everybody. It's Rob Lowe here. If you haven't heard, I have a podcast that's called Literally with Rob Lowe. And basically it's conversations I've had that really make you feel like you're pulling up a chair at an intimate dinner between myself and people that I admire, like Aaron Sorkin or Tiffany Haddish, Demi Moore, Chris Pratt, Michael J. Fox. There are new episodes out every Thursday. So subscribe, please, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey neighbor, celebrate the holidays with Birch Lane. Our timeless furniture and decor are delivered for free in days, not weeks. It's classic style for joyful living. Shop Birch Lane, a Wayfair specialty brand at birchlane.com.
Holiday PSA from DSW. This is your reminder that shoes are a gift, literally. So unwrap something good, like boots that inspire your next big adventure. Or cozy slippers that give you an excuse to stay in. Or sneakers that feel like pure joy. Because shoes aren't just shoes, they're exactly what you wanted. Let us surprise you so you can surprise them. Find shoes that get you and everyone on your list at prices that get your budget. At DSW stores or DSW.com.